Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. I know you guys are excited to see this one. I know you didn't know if I was gonna get it. You didn't think I was gonna get it, but guess what? I got it. And you know where I got it? I got it on the gosh dang Supwell app, which I will talk about. I always film these intros after I did talk about when I was doing the unboxing. Shout out to my guy, Eric Rios. But I'm telling you, man, if you are not on the Supwell app and you are a running shoe sicko, if you're a running shoe sneakerhead, an aficionado, an enthusiast, get on the Supwell app. It's my app. I am a shoe enthusiast. I'm also an aerobic sicko. I'm also in love with the sport of running, in the game of running. But I started the app as a place for people to buy, sell, and trade running shoes, and for times like this, I could not even find the Pegasus Premium. I did want to buy it, and then it sold out, and then I was making excuses that I didn't want to spend the $210, which was just a lie. I was straight up lying. I couldn't get it. But then somebody posted it on the Supwell app, so I got it. So if you are interested in being part of the community and we share these deals, we share, oh, hey, the Pegasus Premium dropped on this one site. Check it out. Oh, hey, people will post, oh, hey, on eBay, there's a Skyward X for $80. Go check it out. If you want to be part of that, get on it. People say it reminds them of the old school Nike talk boards. That's before my time. I have no idea what it is. You know, it's not before my time, though. MySpace. Yeah, I'm a younger millennial. I remember MySpace. I remember AIM. My old AIM tag was XBBall911X because I was balling out on them. And my birthday is September 11th, 9/11. So if you want to be part of the best community for running shoe sickos out there, get on the Supwell app. We also have discount codes. I'm going to be doing more discount codes for a bunch of stuff too. Get on. Get in with us. Supwell is the best app out there. Enjoy today's video. It's a fun one, I promise you. Alright, man, another Monday morning at the shoe market, and we're straight to the floor. I already told you it's floor boys season right now. We're just grinding on the floor every single day. February, for the rest of February, I might do new shoes every day. Just to let them know. Just to remind them. I don't know what I'm letting them know. I really don't. I don't know what we're reminding them either. But we have the Nike Pegasus. Ooh, we have to block that out. Nike Pegasus Premium. This has a Running Warehouse box covering it, but it's not from Running Warehouse. Well, I think initially, actually, it was from Running Warehouse because my guy, Eric Rios, let me see if I can give him a visual shout out without doxing him. Hold on. Let's do this correctly. Bang. Look at that. Shout out. That's a visual shout out, dox free, to Eric Rios. Standing on business. He printed out a label, legit, and put it there. That's awesome. So Eric Rios listed these on the Supwell app. I wasn't actually planning on trying these at all, or at least until I said, bro, I'm not going to be withdrawing money out of my investment accounts, $210 to buy the Nike Pegasus Premium. I'll just wait till it goes on sale for $80 at the outlets. It's hilarious because my guy Bob Bruno also posted on the Supwell app yesterday that there was an Adidas Evo SL already at one of the Adidas outlets here in Charlotte. So it's an expensive shoe, but it went on the Supwell app. It was sold out everywhere. It annoys me that some of these running shoes are now getting super hyped and it's hard to find them, but at the same time, it is good for running. I really do think it's good for running to have the excitement going on around it. And I posted on Threads the other day, by the way, follow us, Supwell Running, on Instagram and Threads. I said to follow the Instagram yesterday, and people followed my personal Instagram. I don't know why people follow my personal Instagram. I don't post anything there. It's just random pictures from college. Just don't follow that one. Follow the Supwell Running Instagram. My personal one has more followers for some reason. If you follow my personal, unfollow me there and follow the Supwell Running. But I posted on Threads yesterday, man, I really do think that some of this hype is good for running. Because somebody said, the sneaker head game is getting whack. And I said, bro, come to the running shoe sicko side. People get excited about shoes like the Superblast and then they get sold out. Why is that good for running? Well, it creates a culture of interest and excitement. And we don't need super expensive shoes, but I do like how people are getting invested in the products and it makes people want to run more. That's why this channel exists and was so successful, because I do pop out with new shoes every day. Well, not every day, a lot of the time. And I do talk about training too. But there is a culture of hype and excitement around running shoes right now. Nike knows that. I mean, one of my favorite shoes of the past few months or even past year here, Puma MagMax. This one was sold out in a lot of places for a long time. Right? So that's what Nike is playing on. They know that playbook super well from their Jordan brand and from what they do on the streetwear side, and now they're bringing it to running. So shout out to my guy Eric Rios. Make sure you are signed up for the Supwell app, because if you want a pair of Peg Premium, I guarantee you somebody will post one at some point soon, likely in your size. There's already been a few that went up. There was lots of Evo SLs that went up after the initial drops and when it was that drought period when you couldn't find them anywhere. So if you're interested in the culture of running shoes, you got to be on the Supwell app. All right, let's open this thing up and talk about what it is. Bada boom, bada bang. Ooh, man. Dude, this is heavy. Holy cow, this is heavy. So Nike Pegasus Premium, other than being a hype beast shoe, is Nike's new flagship training shoe, which is pretty crazy that their flagship training shoe is almost this gimmicky thing. So they have the standard Pegasus here, they have the Pegasus Plus, and they have the Pegasus Premium. And they're saying Pegasus line now represents responsiveness. This is supposed to be their speed line. So the standard Pegasus versus the Vomero, for example, would be faster. The Pegasus would be faster than the Vomero, which is more of a comfort shoe. I personally just think the Vomero, at least the 17 versus the Pegasus 41, is an overall better shoe. Hopefully I'll be able to test the 18 at some point. But then we have the Pegasus Plus. This would be the faster version of the Pegasus. This is the speed training option. And then theoretically, the Pegasus Premium becomes the fast long distance training shoe. Doesn't quite work out to what they're saying. This would really be the spot of the Zoom Fly 6 right here. So that's where their naming structure falls down a bit. What I think is this is their Super Max stack shoe. This is the one that's going up against the Puma MagMax. This is the one that's going up against the Glizzy and the Superblast. This is the shoe that has a lot of cushion, all the latest technology, and is designed for comfort, protection, and some bounce. The key here, the flagship feature of the flagship shoe, is the Air Zoom unit. This is absolutely wild, and this is what makes people think this is a streetwear shoe or a lifestyle shoe. It's not something that looks like it's normally in a training shoe, but guess what? Carbon plates weren't normally in racing shoes until Nike made that happen. So I'm not completely disregarding this and saying it's not a real running shoe. It is, bro, it is heavy. This is at least 340 grams. That's crazy. I also did get it in a size 11 because that's what Eric Rios listed. I'm not sure if it's going to fit perfectly. Some people, the other thing about this shoe, I've heard it's terrible. I've heard it's awesome. I heard it fits snug, and I heard it fits loose. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, the full-length Air Zoom unit, that is adding to the weight as well because of what they need to do to stabilize it. You have a firmer foam on the bottom, softer foam on the top. I am really interested to see how full-length Air Zoom runs. But everything about the design of the shoe to me screams Air Max. This just looks like an old school Air Max. It looks like the newest version of the 270 or the 90 if they updated it. This is what it would be. Now in terms of other design details here, look at this. They have Air stamped right on the top here. I really do like this shoe, and man, I was also hoping that I would just hold out and get the pink colorway when that dropped, but if I like it, I'll end up just getting that anyway, probably. But look at this. They have the ZoomX on the top, React X on the bottom. I'm not the biggest fan of the React X foam. I actually think the Cushlon foam is better. This is the same foam that's in the Nike Pegasus Standard. However, I did find the React X in the Peg Trail 5 not terrible. I actually really like the Peg Trail 5, which is that pink trail shoe I have. So this is going to be a gamble. Again, I've heard so many mixed things. You have that full length from front to back, full length ZoomX on the top. Everything is full length here. So it's stacked. It's a sandwich, but full length ZoomX on the top, full length Air on the bottom, and full length. It's actually not full length React X. It ends right before you get to the rubber. So that's going to be interesting with the toe off experience, right? You don't often see that where the plate or whatever middle special thing goes the full way here and goes all the way down to the bottom. So the front is legit just going to be the ZoomX in the air. You're not running on top of the React X, but in classic Nike fashion, you do have a very thick rubber outsole, which in this case is probably protecting the plate from getting punctured. Now, I have heard, matter of fact, I saw my guy Vinny B from the Supwell app, again, one of the OGs here, he actually popped one of the bubbles running up in Buffalo. After the Bills lost, he just took a butter knife and started stabbing his Peg Premiums because he was so upset. No, he said he hit a salt, road salt. That's the most Buffalo thing I've heard of. Road salt just shanked his shoe. But apparently there was road salt, and he was running through the snow, dashing through the snow in his Peg Premiums, and that popped a bubble. So I haven't actually seen a lot of other reports on that. I've just gotten on Threads, so maybe people are posting it on Threads or were before I got on there. I don't know, or on other forums, but that is the one questionable thing I've heard so far about this. And I've heard the fit is weird. Some people say this is a terrible heavy brick. I've also heard people say it's one of the favorite shoes of all time and a banger. So I'm really excited. We're going to put it through the paces today. It looks great. It feels great in my hands. It also feels very substantial and heavy in my hands. Let's see how it compares to the other shoes. Let's put it through our full gamut of lab tests here, starting with the weigh-in. We got to bring out the scales that they use. No, I'm not going to go there today. I'm going to go there today. We got to bring the scale that they weigh the whales with. Cushion Gang Pegasus weigh-in. Before we weigh in the Pegasus Premium, let's get some weigh-ins of the standard Nike training shoes. So the regular Pegasus, which is not really that similar to the Pegasus Premium at all. They're basically two entirely different running shoes. It's like the Asics Gel Cumulus versus the Asics Superblast, but this is what Nike's doing with their naming. It doesn't make that much sense to me, but this comes in at 303 grams, which isn't super heavy, but the difference is here. This has a 10 millimeter drop, and to me, it feels like even higher than a 10 millimeter drop. It all depends on where you measure it. The back is way higher than the front. This is one of the worst offenders when it comes to that 10 millimeter drop vibe in 2025. Same thing with the Pegasus Plus. This one feels a little bit better because of the forefoot cushion is higher, and this has a nice bouncy version of foam. But man, the Pegasus Standard to me was just so basic, not a shoe to consider. I know it's a famous name, but all name, no game in the standard one. Pegasus Plus here comes in at 271 grams. This is actually one of my favorite fast, fun daily trainers of last year. I didn't have any bad runs in it. It is overpriced, certainly at $180, but I started liking it more than the Rebel. The fit was better for me than the Mach 6, which I had 2 or 3 different pairs of that, and none of them quite fit my foot correctly. So this one is a solid shoe, especially if you can get it on sale for around $130, which some colorways of it are right now. So this is a solid pick. The thing with all these Nike shoes, though, is people get excited about them when they drop, and then there's mixed reviews, and then we move on to the next hype cycle, which is basically what's happening now with the Pegasus Premium. All right, let's see. Moment of truth. And remember, this is a size 11, which is half a size bigger than all the other shoes I have here, which are size 10.5. Let's put it on and see. My guess is at least 340. This thing feels super heavy. Yeah, dude, 350.5 grams. Man, that's as heavier than some of my trail shoes. So this is most certainly a chunky, funky monkey. To put that into some context here, yes, it's a size 11, but that's only going to add, I don't know, a few grams. For context, Puma MagMax, we're going to be as generous as possible with the first one we weigh in, 321 grams versus 350. Let's call it even, we could call it 340 if we want to be generous to the Pegasus Premium because it's half a size bigger on paper than these other shoes. We'll see how it fits. 321.5 grams in the Puma MagMax Nitro here. All right. So let's check the Glycerin Max, another thick shoe. This has a ton of foam. This will be heavier, right? Nope, 331.5 grams. Oh boy. All right, let's check the Asics Superblast 2 with the comfort insole that I've put in it. This thing is 279 grams. It would be closer to 260. So, man, Pegasus Premium here, the heaviest shoe of this crop by far. We have 280 in the Superblast, 312 or 320 in the MagMax, 330 in the Glycerin Max, and then 340 to 350 in the Pegasus Premium. That's heavy, but guess what? This is the only Nike, so it doesn't really matter if it's weight or not. People are going to buy it. All right, man, this is, oh gosh, this is what happens. Start on the floor. We're still on the floor. The thing is, there's just nothing like filming outside. I just like filming outside, but it's the winter. It's cold. I actually think it's raining today, so we're on the floor. I'm trying to still figure out this lighting. There we go. This is becoming what I was going to say. This is becoming my favorite part of these first run reviews. I love doing these stack checks. It used to be the weigh-in, but you can get the weight pretty accurately online, but the stack a lot of the times is different from, I don't know if it's the different way these brands are reporting it, but let's get the stack. And we can also see how the stack differs based on how many miles these shoes have. So Pegasus Premium, size 11. Whoa, baby. That is not what I was expecting. 44 millimeters. Wow. Okay, so that puts the weight into some context, right? Let me show you all something right here. Glycerin Max. Chunky funky monkey, right? Super max stack shoe. This is going to come in at what? What's your guess? Let me know your guess. I'm going to give you some time. $40.5. But that is 100 miles. That does have 100 miles on it. So Pegasus Premium, 10% more stack than the Glycerin Max. Let's see, MagMax. This guy's gone through the stack radar a few times. Right up, almost at 40. This is at 39 millimeters. And let's throw our friend Superblast down here. 44 millimeters. So Pegasus Premium up there with the Superblast. The thing is, man, the weight of the Superblast is so low, and that's just something none of these other brands have been able to figure out yet. And that's one of the allegations Nike hasn't been able to beat. Because if you think back to this Peg Premium as well, or the Peg Plus, this guy was also 40, 50 grams heavier than a lot of the market. And what I'm also noticing here, I have my calipers to measure the heel. The heel doesn't look as wide, so the stability probably won't be as good as some of these other shoes. Yeah, this heel is coming in around 90 millimeters in the back. If you compare that to the Superblast, we got to widen this out a lot. Superblast comes in at 96 millimeters heel width. Glycerin Max, this guy's a complete tank. Also much wider, 97 millimeters. And then if we go Puma MagMax, which was the third heaviest out of all of them, this is 106 millimeters. So is it for speed? Is it for comfort? Is it for clunking along? That's the biggest question I have for the Pegasus Premium. What exactly is this thing for? It's heavy, but it's also really cushioned. It looks great. It has a lot of rubber. It's in the Pegasus franchise, which is supposed to be the responsiveness franchise. Is what is this thing exactly supposed to be? That's a question I wasn't 100% sure on until I actually put about 30 miles in the MagMax. So we will put as many miles on this as we need to figure it out. Let's do it. Forgot the QA check. Let's hit him with the quick QA check. All right, left shoe was 350.5. Right shoe is 348.5. That's not terrible. Not great, not terrible. The new Pegasus Premium.
Is that what you're running into?
Yeah. It's supposed to be a Superblast competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Think it's gonna be fire, mid, or trash?
I don't know. I'm super curious.
Yeah, I mean either. Some people have said it's awesome. Some people have said it's terrible. What's up, buddy? I'll come in a second. You can't tell.
No.
Yeah, it's super heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super heavy.
It looks dense.
Yeah. This is supposed to be the race foam on top, but you never know.
I do. I'm coming.
I'll see. Lacing up the Pegasus Premium here. Moment of truth. They tried to save weight by putting holes in the tongue. Seems too little too late at that point. So yeah, this is a size 11. This has that classic Nike aggressive taper fit. Even in the size 11 here, it is extremely narrow up at the toe box. For me, I'm usually a 10.5 in all brands unless it fits small. And yeah, this is, I would say, true to size because I have enough room lengthwise. Not that much room. Yeah, this is an aggressively narrow. This reminds me of an old Puma. Nike should fix their fit as well. So I don't know if you should go up half her size or not in this one, but let's see. Initial step in. It always feels firmer to me on this initial step in. Yeah, they're not beating the lifestyle allocations with the chrome swoosh on the top of the tongue. That's wild. This upper is nice though. Lacing it up, it does feel like a running shoe upper, I have to say. Even though there's a ton of these lifestyle-y touches. The upper has a nice fit through the midfoot and the back on the heel. All right. Walk test. Bro, that is crazy. That is a very different feeling. So yesterday I ran in the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2, which was one of the most boring shoes I've ever tried. That's another reason why I wanted to run this morning, because I just did not want something boring. I knew this was either going to be terrible or awesome, but not boring. So far, it feels different. That's what I have to say. It really does feel like you're on top of air, floating along. It's not a soft cloud-like air, but it's this supported, no ground feel type of air. Like I'm suspended in air. Really cool walking along here. So it feels like we're going to get something different out of it. And yeah, in terms of the fit, it is narrower up at the front. It has that aggressive taper. But I probably could have gone a 10.5 in these and been fine. But the 11 is okay too. It'll be okay to get a read on it for running. It's not so long in the half size up that it's going to ruin my running experience. In other parts of the upper, nice fit, man. This is a really comfortable upper. I have to give it to them. Nike pretty consistently makes great uppers. They make great looking shoes and great uppers, but we all know it's about the midsole, and I'm not sure. It does feel different. So plan for this run. We're going to get a 10-mile morning run in here. Not a workout, just some nice relaxed miles. Yesterday was the long run, so We will test these out like we would with the Superblast or the Glycerin Max or MagMax, a nice hour to 90-minute run. See how they do. Let's do it. By the way, it's cold again, so we're going creamy gray beanie from hobbyjogger.com. Yeah, and I actually really like the way these look. I like the way they look and I like the way they feel. So far, I'm a fan of these. We just have to see from the running experience how they do. It's different. That's for sure. It is different. Oh my gosh. Yeah, early overreaction here. These are pretty weird to run in. This feels different than anything else I've tried. It's not boring. It's not boring and it's not terrible. It has that suspended in air feel. And it doesn't feel like a fast shoe either. Honestly, I feel like if I run too fast, I'm gonna pop one of these bubbles. But it's not bad. Some decent bounce. Really good comfort. It does remind me of some of the MagMax. And yeah, the upper fit is great. Overall comfort is the word that's coming to mind. This might be the most comfortable shoe in the Nike lineup now. And it's not overly soft because of the air bubble. It's just an enjoyable shoe to run in. Yeah, I was not sure what I was gonna think of this with everything that I heard, but a few minutes in here, this is pleasant, surprisingly pleasant. That air bubble has good bounce. Yeah, first straightaway here, picking it up, not by much, but picking it up a bit. It gives me some of that feeling of the MagMax when I try to run fast in it, where it is a big, heavy shoe, but it has that boing, 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 boing. Like two giant moon boots, bouncy moon boots strapped to my feet. So yeah, comfort is there, bounce is there. This is max cushion gang. I'm impressed so far. I'm certainly impressed so far. I don't think they messed this up. Yeah, if we don't pop a bubble on this, I think it's going to be a good one. Mile 1, 7:43 pace. Honestly, it feels like this is what a Nike shoe should be. It's cool, it's fun, it makes me want to run, and it's that cool factor. I have to say it again, cool. That's what Nike always represented to me. That's why I'm wearing this Nike quarter zip. That's why I own this, because I like them as a brand, what they represent. I talk about this almost every time I review a Nike shoe. Wanting to get out here and get after it, feel a connection to the sport, feel a connection to the pursuit of getting better, and also that desire. That's what makes Jordans a thing.
It's the desirability, the collector aspect. These shoes have it. They have that it factor. They're cool, they're fun. They make me want to run. Yes, they're heavy, but so far they just work. They just work, bouncing me along. Nike's back, bro. They should have made these $250. These are underpriced. That is disrespectful. It is disrespectful. They should be more expensive than the Skyward X. I'm not stepping off the street into the grass here. I'm not getting these rocked on the first run. If I die, keeping my Pegasus Premium fresh, I die. These are too crispy. These are fire, bro. Fire. I'm gonna get the pink, the black, the white. I'm gonna get all the colorways they drop. So the danger of doing a shoe like this is that the elements don't come together and that it turns out to be a hot mess. That's not the case here. This is so cohesive. They nailed this execution. The top layer of ZoomX provides the softness. The air bubble is giving me that bounce. It's like what you think a plate does, what we imagine a plate does, right? A lot of it, we think the plate is what gives the bounce. The plate just gives the stability. So this is providing the bounce and the stability with the race foam on top. And then it's actually not too unstable. It doesn't feel unstable at all. The heel is super secure, and that React X foam is doing a nice job. And it's also not forcing me to land in a weird way. I can heel strike, I can midfoot strike, I can run any which way, and it feels great. It's a banger! It's a banger. I'm gonna buy some Nike stock right after this. That new CEO is putting in work. This isn't even my correct size. It's half a size too big, and it's still a banger. This also has what makes ZoomX a great foam when it's at its best. In a shoe like the Vaporfly, that soft compression and then the quick release, and when you're going fast, somehow the rebound's even better. That's what I'm getting in this. The toe off when I pick up the pace is wild. This reminds me of my first run last year in the Skyward X, which is just a completely different feeling shoe than anything else I'd ever tried. That's really the league this is in. Heavy, but so fun with crazy bounce. Mile 3, 7:31 pace. Yeah, only real negative so far is probably from the fit, because this is a half size up from my typical Nike size. It's not 100% secure. I could also probably fix that by retying it. But it doesn't matter. Midsole don't lie. This is what I'm saying, man. Sometimes when I've gotten half a size up, because that's the only option, like the Superblast OG and the SC Trainer V3, and I tell you they're mid, people say, well, it's the wrong size. No, a fire midsole is a fire midsole. Doesn't matter what gosh dang size it is. I could wear a size 14, it would still be fire. This is fire biz. This is complete flames. This is crazy. Also, this is why when I tell you the Evo SL is mid and overhyped, it's fine. You gotta listen. The Zoom Fly 6 is fine. You gotta listen. This is in another category. This has that special quality. I don't get this excited about shoes very often. I don't even like running shoes anymore. This reinvigorated my joy of running shoes. Bro, I was about to quit. I literally said last week, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. No, we back. We back, baby. I was gonna go new shoe every day for the rest of February. Maybe I'll just do a 300-mile review. I'll just run in this every single day until I pop the bubble. Think people would watch that? Day 1 with the Nike Pegasus Premium. Day 2 with the Nike Pegasus Premium. We'll just be on bubble watch. This is also what I talk about a lot of the time with the price. Some of these shoes are overpriced, but a lot of the times these $200 price points signal that there's gonna be something special about them. That's why brands are pricing them above 200. And both this and the Under Armour delivered, for sure. Man, I'm not even 4 miles in. I'm about to be 4 miles in. But this thing is crazy. I've often felt like Nike's shoes lack the joy of running, and they're just so serious. This is fun and joyful, and it still has that desirability. It's not too silly. It's not a gimmick. This is so good, man. This is how a $200 shoe should feel out of the box. This is my hot take of the day. If I'm paying $2 bills for a shoe, if I'm murdering 2 Ben Franks for a training shoe, any shoe, race shoe, it should feel great out of the box. No braking required for a $200 shoe. Bro, this thing, I'm telling you, is incredible. The midsole is, this might be the best midsole I've tried so far this year. It is so fun. Just puts a smile on my face. The comfort is there. The fun is there. I think the only real potential demerit so far, as I'm getting deeper into the run, some stability concerns with it being on top of the airbag, because it is literally, well, air and there's no structure to air. So we'll have to see how that evolves. They should make a GTS version of this. Peg Premium GTS. That'll be a banger. Those are medial posts. Medial posting up like I'm Shaq. If this shoe were a song, it would be Jumpman by Drake and Future. Yeah, I said Drake. I know a lot of people this morning are going to be, oh, Kendrick, oh, not like us at the Super Bowl. Just stabbing Drake in the back. Nah, you know, I'm going to ride with Drake. I'm going to ride with Mahomes, my brethren. This one's for you. We up today. This video is dedicated to all the latte legends who took some L's recently. We back. Mile 6, 7:12. Bro, this might bring the old swagger back. It's Monday. I'm seriously considering popping out with the 100-mile week on this guy. If you guys want me to do 100-mile week in the Peg Premium, let me know. I wake up every day and check comments. The first thing I do is not good, but let me know. If enough people want to see it, we might have to pop out in Show Brothers. I'm telling you, man, everybody's forcing themselves to like the super trash juice, lying to themselves, putting dang near 297 miles on it until it softens up. It's a brick. It's a mid-mediocre brick. This is a banger. Bro, this is undeniably a banger. This is the shoe Nike needs. Man. The bounce on this is just incredible. This is Prime X strong levels of what the heck? What the heck? There's a few shoes. The first time I ran a plated shoe, right? Is that what the heck? This is giving me that what the heck? I don't get that very often anymore. There's a lot of mid, boring, bland shoes. I was saying yesterday in the Forever on Nitro 2 video, dude, I don't even know if I should be reviewing these $150 boring shoes anymore. It's bad for business. We up. This thing is fire. Mile 8, 7:18 pace. I'm going 12. I'm going 12 this morning. I was gonna go 10, but I'm extending because this thing is so good. Bro, last Monday, I was out here in the Glycerin Standard. Gosh dang, that was awful. I almost stopped that run. She looked like she was training for the Boston Marathon. You know that look? You can see that look in someone's eye when they're training for the Boston Marathon. Listen up, bro. Don't come up in here with that entry-level energy. Don't come up in here with that mid-level reliability. I'm on my premium flow. You can't touch me. I'm pulling out 2 bills at least. I'm evading taxes. I'm buying overpriced goods. I'm premium. It's the premium posse. We up. This might be the shoe. Hold on, the Max Cushion Gang 18-wheeler coming through. Hold on. I was gonna say, man, this might be the shoe that makes me stop. I'm gonna look at the camera for this one. This might be the shoe. I probably have something in my face, I don't care. This might be the shoe that makes me stop running in $165 shoes and under. No more of that broke boy EVA. No more baggy, ill-fitting uppers. We're going stacks only. Call me Mr. Premium. No more mid shoes. Just a big baller channel only. No more low view $140 mid daily trainers. Get that energy out of here. We're coming Max Cushion Gang bangers. That's it. This might be the shoe that makes me raise the price on everything that I'm selling. Max Cushion Gang hoodie, that's now $210. Hobbyjogger.com. I'm not kidding. Go check hobbyjogger.com. It's gonna be $210. Supwell app is now $50 per month, and every shoe has to have a markup from MSRP. If you bought a shoe for $150, you have to sell it for 170, at least 13% markup. And matter of fact, I might ban shoes that are cheaper than $160. Ain't no more Adidas Supernova Rise on the Supwell app. Might as well just donate those to Goodwill. I will also be removing the Running Warehouse discount code. It's now gonna be a premium. You put it in, you have to pay 20% more because it's for ballers only. And I'm deleting the entire deals and discounts. We're gonna have a worse deals channel. Post some Balenciagas in there. Post those Louis Vuitton running shoes in there. I'm going full evil now. Call me Mr. Premium. I'm not limping, babe. It's the premiums. They brought the swagger back. Look at that. This is how you have to walk in the Peg Premiums. Haters preying on my downfall.
I'm gonna start wiping my behind with Saucony Power Run Plus insoles after this. I'm seriously about to go drop off all of my $140 and cheaper shoes at East Mech High School. I have no use for those anymore. 12 miles and 19 hundredths, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 8 seconds, 7:24 pace. It's the type of shoe that might make me throw a Miami yacht party with the running shoe brand. Let's go. It's a banger. The thing is, 7:24 pace, I felt like I was flying. So this is fun, but I guess it is not fast. I guess it's not fast. I thought I was going at least 650 or 7 flat. My legs also are pretty beat up, but it's the anti-Superblast, I guess, because that one feels like a brick, but is fast. This feels amazing, but is slow. Stop this video right now. Listen to the song Rap War by Rio, the Young OG. That's the energy I'm bringing for the rest of this year. You know who Rio, the Young OG is? He's a Detroit rapper. He was in jail. He just got out. He's been dropping straight heat. That's how I feel. I've been locked up in a cage of mediocrity, testing $140, $150, $160 Brooks Glycerin 2. Nah, it's the 22. It feels like the 2. It feels like their second time they ever made a running shoe. No, really, it's their 22nd time they made a running shoe. It's terrible. People in the comments talking about this is a great shoe. No, it's not a great shoe. You're lying to yourself. Puma Forever Run Nitro 2. You know what someone told me about the Forever Run Nitro 2? They said I didn't like it because I didn't know how to push off the toe properly. I didn't like it because it's a bland, boring shoe that almost put me to sleep on a 20-mile long run. Coming bangers only. This is clean too. Look at this thing. This is fresh. This is what a Nike should be. The best technology, the best looking, desirable, feels amazing, has those little Nike details, man. All the Easter eggs, look at this. Has the Pegasus wings on the back. I love when they do this. It's in the prototype colorways, which this is. It's the V1 prototype, white and orange. They have the orange Air Zoom. Bro, it's not even that cold, but I might have to pop out here with the fur on because I'm Mr. Premium. I'm not going to do it to him, though. I'm going to keep the Max Cushion Gang hoodie. By the way, you could buy these. They're $210 at hobbyjogger.com. If I'm feeling good, I might drop the price. I'm just kidding. It's not $210. They're $75. But we got the orange here, and what I learned is actually orange on any of the Nike prototype shoes. Apparently, it means the new things that they've done to it. So this entire shoe is new, but most certainly putting an Air Zoom unit through the entirety of the shoe is new. What other
details do we have? This Easter egg, courtesy of Nike Air MI, manufactured in Beaverton, Oregon. Let's check the other one. Man, I love how these shoes look. What does this one say? Nike running approved for air travel. Yeah, we got the ZoomX here, stamped with the React. I already went over some of this, but man, these look so good. They feel so good. This is what Nike needs. This is you know what this is? It's a big ol' bang. It's a big ol' bang. That's what this is. So let's throw it up, man. We got 12 miles in the Nike Pegasus Premium. Sometimes a great shoe is just gonna be great. And a great shoe is just gonna be doing great things. Like I said, man, I've been testing so many mediocre shoes recently. I've just been forcing myself to crush through miles, and the Glycerins, the Forever on Nitro 2s, even the 880, that was solid. There are some solid picks, but once in a while we have these shoes come around. The Puma MagMax, the Brooks Glycerin Max, even that Under Armour Speedland collab, which I want to get some more miles in. I got, what was it, 14 or 16 miles in it last week. That was a great shoe, $250. And I didn't know what to expect out of this because people were all over the place. But from the first step here, this was amazing. The ZoomX in the top shines. The Air Zoom unit in the middle provides that pop. And the bottom layer of React X had just enough stability today for me to make this a viable daily. So this is what I was saying, man. Sometimes these shoes, sometimes these shoes with a lot going on don't come together cohesively. I know even shoes like the Cloud Monster Hyper, right? That's a hit and a miss for some people. That's $220. Some people said, does it work that well? Does it not work that well? And there are some gimmicky elements to a shoe like that, right? Where you do have the AirPods, those Cloud Tech units in the heel. There's no gimmicks here. And that is the fear with the Pegasus Premium. So I can tell you right away, this shoe is not a gimmick. I thought this was going to be a gimmick. Yes, it's heavy, but it rides so smooth, surprisingly, and so fun. This really is a special shoe. I haven't felt like this since the Skyward X last year. I'm going to be singing its praises. I'm going to get a lot more miles on this thing, but let's go through the ride, right? So top layer ZoomX, that's what gives that comfort and support. So toeing off and hitting the heel here, it compresses, and you can even see we do have those classic ZoomX compression lines here, but it doesn't compress too much because you don't actually have a full 40 millimeter stack of it, and it works in concert really well with the Air Zoom unit. The Air Zoom unit provides that structure, ironically, because we think of Air as this squishy thing, and there were some points of that run where I felt that this was not the most supportive, and it's most certainly not a Nike Zoom Structure 25. But because it's tuned to have some firmness to it, and there are actually some, it's air, but there's some, I don't know, I guess this is where the weight is coming from. There's all these little plastic pieces. It looks like the Alphafly AirPod. We have all these plastic pieces throughout the shoe. That is providing the rigidity. It does not compress all the way to the ground. So the top layer compresses, and then the Air, it has comfort, it has cushion, and it has the bounce. And this is one of the bounciest shoes I've tried, most certainly the bounciest shoe that I've tried this year, and right up there with the MagMax. The difference is, this does not require any break-in. This felt amazing out of the box. I was barely even around the half cul-de-sac, this loop in my neighborhood here, before I said, this is great. This is giving me something different. This is fun. And that's what I want from a $200 shoe. That's why the Superblast has always drove me insane, because you have to put, I mean, I have what, 140 miles on my pair? And I was running in it so much, saying this is so mid, that I stopped because people were getting annoyed. They were saying, why you keep talking about how the Superblast is mid? Well, because I was trying to get to the good part, but there was no good part. It was all mid on that shoe. I really tried to force myself to like it, and I did not. There's no forcing here, though. It looks amazing, and every time I review a Nike, I talk about this. There's this emotional connection to the brand. Why did I have that quarter zip on today? I don't have any Asics quarter zips. I don't have random Asics socks, Asics logo socks. No, Nike is a brand that represents the pinnacle of peak performance, getting out there and getting after it. They had a fire commercial
yesterday too on the Super Bowl with the flag football, the people going up against the high school bullies, which was awesome. Marshawn Lynch was in it. Nike has always represented performance to me. They have represented getting the best out of yourself, and they've leaned too much into high performance only in their running shoes over the past few generations. The Alpha Fly and the Vaporfly have been those last shoes holding on to some shred of bangerness. Meanwhile, the rest of the lineup for me has fallen flat. Actually, the Vomero 17 has been pretty good. Their training shoes just haven't done it for me. Invincible has been solid, but I came to that late. I came to that about a year after it was released. Vomero, great workhorse, but they haven't had that top tier fun shoe. Even the Zoom Fly, for me, that was probably a 4 out of 10. I called it the Gloom Fly Bricks. It did not feel like real ZoomX. The plate felt too abrasive. It felt like you ever grind your teeth? The ride of the ZoomX in the forefoot just felt like I was grinding my teeth every time I run into that thing. And they stamped ZoomX, big old ZoomX thing on the heel back here when it was actually Cushlon. So shout out to them for putting React X on the bottom here, actually disclosing what type of material it is, because that drove me crazy on the Zoom Fly. I don't know if they'd always planned to do that, or maybe some other reviewers with more influence forced them to do that. But this has everything that I want in a Nike shoe. It looks amazing. It feels amazing. It also looks like it's going to be pretty durable, at least from the grip. The key question, though, is how is this going to hold up to serious high mileage testing? So we went 12 miles out of the box today. Again, let's throw it up. And it was great for this entire run. I was cruising. It was so smooth. I was locked into that normal everyday pace. I did feel like I was going faster than I was going. The effort that I was putting into this maybe would have translated to 10 seconds per mile faster in the MagMax, or 15 seconds per mile faster in the Superblast. But the fun quotient was a 10 out of 10. This is the most fun shoe I've tried recently, and that's how I felt about the Skyward X. Yes, there's some issues like the weight and the price tag, but for me, if you're going to be paying $200, you should be getting an experience you can't get anywhere else. That was the exact issue I had with the Superblast. Is the type of buyer who's going to get that is probably going to have more shoes in their rotation, but allegedly you're paying for the durability, which makes no sense. The thing is, if this doesn't last, at least you're getting some amazing miles. So again, I like talking to different audiences and seeing how these products connect with different audiences. If you're the type of person who is seeking a new experience, this is going to be great. This has that running shoe enthusiast collector spirit to it. There's something different about the ride. That's what I said about the Glide Ride Max as well. I couldn't quite figure that out. This feels like the best version of what the Glide Ride Max was trying to be. Comfortable, smooth, bouncy, max cushion gang for sure. We'll just have to see how it holds up, but it just looks like such a collector's item to me. It looks like the shoes I coveted as a kid, but what you can actually run in. And difference is now I can buy whatever the heck shoes I want because I have this channel and it's under the guise of a business. I should probably stop buying so many shoes just because I want to buy them and get the brands to send them to me. Regardless, I love this thing, man. It's a complete banger. I haven't even answered the 3 questions we typically do on these first run reviews because I'm just so excited about this shoe. So let's go through those 3 questions. How does this compare to its intended purpose? Well, intended purpose of this shoe as a $210 shoe in that Pegasus lineup, right? We were talking about this earlier, Pegasus Premium. Nike is saying Pegasus is supposed to be responsiveness or bounce. This has it. This does have bounce. So against that intended purpose, yes, this is also designed to be fun. And a key thing that I do not want to miss, and I've said a few times, it is designed to be desirable. Nike has designed this to be a shoe that you covet. Thou shalt not covet, though. Don't covet it. Don't covet it. You can like it. You can want to get it, but don't covet it. This is designed to be a shoe that you think is super cool. It's designed to be fun. It's designed to be a shoe with restricted supply so that people get hype about it. And a lot of the times, I'll tell you, bro, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Evo SL, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Asics Superblast 2, don't drink the gosh dang Kool-Aid. This one, I'm sipping it. I am sipping that orange Kool-Aid, baby. It's a banger. So it does stack up to its intended purpose. It's not designed to be the lightest weight. And again, think about the Gloomfly bricks. I did not like it, but that is supposed to be the fast cushioned marathon speed training one. So they do have something else in the lineup to play that Superblast competitor role. And that's why the Superblast is
caught in a weird place now, and Asics is addressing that by introducing some new shoes. They introduced the Glycerin Max to be that comfort one, and they're introducing the Sonic Blast. I also think they might be introducing a shoe called the Mega Blast. They are going to be introducing a few new shoes. I got worried my cords weren't plugged in because I had this scare last week. But Asics is going to be introducing a few new shoes to rejigger that lineup and have something else, because the Superblast plays two roles. It plays long distance cruiser and it plays speedier marathon training type shoe. The Magic Speed 4 isn't really that fast training shoe. Regardless though, we're talking about Nike. They already have their marathon training shoe. They already have that Boston 12 Saucony Endorphin Speed 4 Hoka Mach X2 competitor. That's not what this is. I don't like the one that they have, and hopefully they change that in the next generation. But this is that Max Stack Cruiser, that Glycerin Max, MagMax type of shoe. And it does really well at that. Like the MagMax and Glycerin Max, it's heavier, it's more comfortable, extremely protective. And I'm actually really curious to see, because this ZoomX foam compresses. I'm gonna put a ton more miles on this thing very soon, trust me. This ZoomX foam compresses a lot, so I'm eager to see how it stands up, especially with the AirPods, because even in my Alpha Flies at 160 miles, 155 miles, I felt those AirPods start to get less pop, but they have retained good protection. So we'll see how the protection goes over time. The MagMax is one of those shoes that feels like it just cannot die. And now moving on to question number 2, how it compares to the competitors. It doesn't feel as sturdy, robust, and tank-like as the MagMax, as the Under Armour Speedland, the Infinite Mega. It doesn't even feel as protective in some ways as the Glycerin Max, but it's more fun. It's more fun. It's right up there with the Skyward X, tied right now. I have to get another run in the Skyward X for fun, but it's more comfortable. So you take the comfort of the Glycerin Max, the balance of the MagMax, and the fun of the Skyward X, and the swag of Nike, and you get this. Which brings me to question number 3. How does it compare to everything else on the market in the value at $210? This is the shoe that feels like $210, and I actually think they could have priced it to be more. The Skyward X is $225. That Infinite Mega shoe is $250. The On Cloud Monster Hyper is $220. So it's not, and again, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, but purely comparing it to everything else on the market, what does an expensive high-level training shoe cost? What should a brand price their Halo product? $210, that feels okay to me. I wonder if the reason they're not going higher is because the Vomero Premium, which is that crazy looking shoe that Connor Mantz has been training in, that has the 2 AirPods. That's more of a Alpha Fly mixed with this, mixed with the standard Vomero. That thing looks crazy. That would probably be the $250. That would be more of the Prime X Strung competitor. And again, the Prime X Strung is $300. But I'm thinking this is not going there because that will have more of that speed capability. Maybe that one will be lighter, or maybe that one will be faster. This is most certainly not a fast shoe. And that is the part where, at least on this first run, probably the biggest demerit, 1, stability, but 2, the bigger one is speed. I did not feel a lot of, it's bouncy, but it's not the type of bounce where I'm going to be digging. So I kind of want to put this through a speed workout. And if there's enough interest in a 100-mile week, I will consider it. So let me know if you want to see a 100-mile week in this thing. I haven't done them because it's a lot of work and I don't know if people care. But if you want to see me put this thing through the absolute paces and through the shredder and see if we can pop a bubble, then I will do the 100-mile week. But yeah, I was only going 720 today, and my legs still do feel pretty beat up from those 2 speed workouts last week and the 20-mile long run I did yesterday. But the effort I was putting felt like I was going faster. I didn't feel like I was going, or the effort was that much higher than when I was putting down 650 or 7 flat miles in the Novo Blast. So that is where the weight is coming into play. It is a heavier shoe, but it just feels so good. And we have to think about, with these training shoes, what is their intended purpose? Why am I getting a shoe like this? And if I'm going 715 per mile or 725 per mile on a 10-mile run, or for most of us, we're doing 4 to 6 mile runs every day, who cares? That's what, 1 minute of your life difference? It's not a huge difference in terms of the actual time. And if your enjoyment is so much higher, that's what really matters. And it's the same thing with the race shoes for a lot of the time. If we're using them during training, my guy Old Fashioned Runner actually had a great comment about that. He said, dude, if the Sky Paris is tearing up your calves, even if it's giving you 2 seconds on each 200 or 3 seconds on each 400 faster, just use the Cloud Boom Strike. Use something fun and comfortable. The body remembers effort. And for a run like today, I'm not attempting to get a high effort run. I don't need that stimulus. This is an aerobic run. What we did this morning is purely to develop the aerobic system. It's purely for time on feet. And for these runs, I look for comfort. I look for a decent amount of support, which this has probably a 6 out of 10 when it comes to support. And I look for fun, which is why I hated the Glycerin 22, and which is why I almost quit shoe reviewing after the Forever Run Nitro 2 yesterday. I literally took the gosh dang GoPro out of the battery out of the GoPro because I said, dude, I'm not wasting any more of my time talking about this shoe. This is fun. I have a smile on my face. There's a verve in my voice this morning. The birds are back. The Pegasus Premium brought the murder of crows back to talk to you. It's a gosh dang banger, bro. We're putting a lot more miles on the shoe. I don't have anything more else to say. We got the new merch coming soon. We got the Max Cushion Gang hoodie for sale now. Supwell, we up.
One more thing, bro. Refuel. No boring shoes and no boring lunches. We're going banger lunches only. I'm going to hit them with the pizza rolls. Yeah, you saw that. You heard that. You can't smell it. We got smell-o-vision coming soon, but these are the vegan pizza rolls. We had fire Super Bowl snacks for dinner last night. Homemade pizza rolls. This is how I'm coming. This is the Pegasus Premium of lunches. I might dust this with some saffron. That's an expensive spice. I might put some Malden sea salt flakes on it, just to flex. This is salty enough. That was Max Cushion Gang right there. That was fire, bro. One more thing. We just hit him with 8 more. I'm not even going to talk about the run, how it was. I'm not going to talk about the performance. I'm going to save that for a different day. What I did want to talk about is a Supwell Culture exclusive halftime show. My guy Beckett messaged me and he said, bro, I need to hear at least 20 minutes of your thoughts on the halftime show. I'm not going 20 minutes right now. And I thought I did talk about the halftime show, but then I realized I just said I felt bad for Drake. I didn't really talk about the halftime show. And I do feel bad for Drake. That's probably the worst week of his life. He got humiliated on national television. That's a terrible thing. We got to have empathy for people, man. We can say, man, Kendrick is having a great time. He just won a Grammy. He did the Super Bowl performance. That's awesome. He's living life. But we can also say we feel bad for Drake. We could feel bad for Patrick Mahomes, who probably thought he was going to have one of the most legendary Super Bowl wins of all time and then got crushed. He got completely dominated. And at the same time, we can say Jalen Hurts is a legend, and he's now going to go down in history. Anyway, halftime show. It was fire. It was certainly fire. The choreography, his fit, his PG Lang jacket was fire. The only things that I didn't like, first of all, SZA, that added nothing to the performance. I'm pretty sure she was lip syncing. I was talking to one of my friends from work about this, and she said she didn't think she was lip syncing. She just has a perfect voice. No, she was lip syncing. You could tell Kendrick was not lip syncing because he was rapping. He was skipping words when he needed to catch a breath. SZA was also contorting her body in a pretzel shape upside down while still having a perfect voice. Maybe she's that good of a performer, but I'm pretty sure she was lip syncing. So that added nothing for me. I'm also just not a big fan of SZA in general. So, but I understand why he did it. He had to, like Samuel L. Jackson said, he had to satiate a certain part of the audience. And that was also the fire part. Samuel L. Jackson added a different dimension. At least in my lifetime, I don't remember another narrator being part of the Super Bowl halftime show, which is sick. And Samuel L. Jackson is one of the best narrator characters of all time. And then him playing Uncle Sam just added another dimension. So it had that intellectual quality to it. It was smart. It was funny. Kendrick was spitting bars, bro. The way he opened it up was almost a cappella, just rapping. It showed his side as a performer, which was great. And then he ended it, or the Man at the Garden part where he was rapping was also great. Again, not my favorite song of his, but fire. The only parts other than the SZA, which I didn't love. I honestly didn't love Not Like Us. I was hoping that he wouldn't play it because it just negativity, right? Just bringing the negativity. But you know what? I'm a petty guy too, so I understand it. If you're going to be petty, you're going to be petty. And he did petty king stuff. So that was that. And then the last thing, only thing I would have changed, the only legit thing I would have changed was DNA. You only have 10 to 12 slots. DNA is not a 10 to 12 song in Kendrick's discography. And I love bangers. I love trap songs. I love the up-tempo songs. But that could have been Money Trees. That could have been ADHD. That could have been the 7-letter word Problems song. He could have done his verse on the 7-letter word Problems song. I don't think he did that because then that song has Drake on it, so he couldn't do it. But there were just so many other songs that could have fit that slot of DNA. Even some of the Hey Now, right? He could have done Hey Now instead, but I guess he had to do another song off of that album. And he also didn't play anything off of Mr. Morale, I don't think. I guess he admitted that that's his worst album. But yeah, overall, it was solid. I think I just gave my critiques on it. That was 4 critiques, but I loved the sequencing. I loved the choreography. I loved the Grand National and how that was a center point of the performance. I also love that he didn't go overboard with the choreography and the dancing. I felt with the Weeknd, when he was the performer, it was almost too much with the dancing. Same thing with the 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg one a few years back in LA. That was just a lot of moving pieces. It was still simple enough where he was centered as the main performance, able to give his best and then letting the music shine and having the choreography add and supplement and enhance. He was the key draw, like the Air Zoom unit in the Pegasus Premium. Now I'm going to see myself out. Last thing I have to say, man, I know a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, it's a heavy lifestyle shoe. It's a heavy lifestyle. It's a brick. Guess what? If you think it's a heavy lifestyle shoe, that means you're probably small and weak with no swag. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.